Ever wondered why that task you've been meaning to do for days, weeks, or even months still sits untouched on your to-do list? Procrastination is the unseen and often underestimated foe that silently sabotages our productivity. It's a common struggle shared by many, and it can have a profound impact on our lives. Unfinished tasks pile up, deadlines loom closer, stress levels rise, and before we know it, we're buried under the weight of our own inertia. In this journey towards understanding and overcoming procrastination, we'll draw upon the wisdom of renowned experts in the field of personal development. We'll explore the insights of Rohn, known for his practical philosophy of life, Tracy, a master of productivity, and the collective wisdom from Tim Ferriss's book, Tools of Titans. So, if you're stuck in the rut of procrastination, let's delve into some strategies to get you moving. To overcome procrastination, first, we need to understand it. Procrastination, quite simply, is the act of delaying or postponing tasks. But why do we do it? Well, psychology tells us it's often due to fear, perfectionism, and a lack of motivation. Fear can be a powerful deterrent. We fear failure, we fear success, we even fear the unknown. This fear can paralyze us, leading us to put off tasks rather than face possible disappointment. Then there's perfectionism, the relentless pursuit of flawlessness. It's a double-edged sword. While it drives us to excel, it can also make us procrastinate. We fear that if something isn't perfect, it's not worth doing at all. And finally, there's a lack of motivation. Sometimes we just don't feel like doing the task. It feels tedious, it feels overwhelming, or we're just not in the mood. Now that we understand why we procrastinate, let's explore how to overcome it. Let's start with Rohn's wisdom on the matter. This renowned entrepreneur and motivational speaker had a unique take on procrastination. He believed that planning was the antidote to this crippling habit. His famous quote, "Don't start your day until you have it finished," encapsulates this idea perfectly. This doesn't mean you should have every second mapped out. Instead, it's about having a clear idea of what you want to accomplish. By defining your tasks for the day ahead, you set a roadmap for yourself. It's a proactive approach that keeps procrastination at bay. Rohn's wisdom extends beyond planning. He encourages us to seize control, to be the master of our time and not its servant. It's about asserting your authority over your day instead of letting it drift aimlessly. In essence, overcoming procrastination is about taking charge. In the words of Rohn, either you run the day or the day runs you. Next, let's consider Tracy's Eat That Frog strategy. This strategy is all about tackling the most challenging task on your to-do list first thing in the morning. Imagine your task is a big, ugly frog. You don't want to look at it, let alone eat it. But here's the thing, the frog is your biggest, most important task, the one you're most likely to procrastinate on. By eating the frog at the start of the day, you gain a sense of accomplishment. And this helps to fuel your productivity for the rest of the day. It's about facing your challenges head-on, not shying away from them. It's about taking control of your day before it takes control of you. This strategy works because it forces you to prioritize your tasks and focus on what truly matters. It's a powerful method to overcome procrastination and build momentum for the day. As Tracy says, if you have to eat a frog, do it first thing in the morning. Finally, let's look at a strategy from Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss, breaking tasks down. This technique is all about making our tasks less daunting. Often we procrastinate because we're overwhelmed by the magnitude of what we have to do, but what if we break that huge task down into smaller, manageable chunks? Suddenly, it doesn't seem so scary anymore. Think of it like puzzle. A 1,000-piece puzzle can be intimidating at first glance, but when you start with one piece, then another and another, before you know it, you've made significant progress. The same goes for any task. This approach isn't just about making tasks less intimidating, it's also about maintaining motivation and focus. When we see ourselves making progress, it fuels our desire to continue. We feel accomplished, and that feeling drives us to keep going. So the next time you're faced with a daunting task, remember to break it down. Remember, every journey starts with a single step. So, to wrap things up, let's summarize the main points. Overcoming procrastination is a journey that begins with understanding why we do it in the first place. It's often a coping mechanism for dealing with tasks that we find overwhelming, boring, or anxiety-inducing. Therefore, the first step in combating procrastination is to acknowledge these feelings and confront them head-on. The next step is planning your day. A well-structured day helps keep procrastination at bay. Prioritize your tasks, schedule breaks, and create a balance between work and leisure. It's about making a plan and sticking to it. Remember that a plan is a roadmap to your day. It guides you, keeps you focused, and helps you manage your time effectively. Now let's talk about Brian Tracy's Eat That Frog strategy. The metaphorical frog in your day is the task that you're most likely to procrastinate on. It's the task that is perhaps the most challenging or the one that you dread the most. Tracy's advice is simple yet powerful. Do that task first. By doing so, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment that will fuel your motivation for the rest of the day. Lastly, break your tasks down into manageable chunks. Large, daunting tasks can be intimidating, and our natural response is often to avoid them. But if we break these tasks down into smaller, more manageable parts, they become less overwhelming. It's about taking that one big, scary task and turning it into several smaller, manageable tasks. With these strategies in your toolbox, you're well equipped to overcome procrastination and stay motivated in 2024 and beyond. It's not about being perfect, it's about making progress. It's about taking action, even if it's just a small step in the right direction. Remember, the journey towards achieving your goals is a marathon, not a sprint. So keep moving forward, one step at a time. Join me in this quest to redefine our horizons. Subscribe for a journey of growth and share your 2024 goals in the comments. Let's inspire and uplift each other in this voyage of discovery and achievement.